Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Saturday. So today, obviously I don't usually do videos on Saturday, but today I have paper pumpkin cards to share with you from the June paper pumpkin kit. So most of you probably already have your July kit. I haven't gotten mine yet. It's supposed to come on Monday. So I am finishing up. Today I finished up my June kit. I had 7 cards finished from Paper Pumpkin Day. So we got together, I don't know, the end of last month, and I only got 7 cards done. So I had all this product left, and I was like, I've got to use this up. So today I made 9 more cards. So I have 16 cards to share with you. I only cut up 1 envelope. So I have 8 envelopes to go with these cards. And I'll show you how much product I've left over. Very, very little. So let's get started. I'm just going to show you the individual cards. There's several birthday, several thank you, just an assortment of cards. So let's get started. Okay, I am going to put the camera down. And so if you have the April, May, and June coordinating dies, they were Hugs Abloom dies. They're no longer available. So if you didn't get them, you didn't get them, but they were so nice. I loved them. I did use a couple of them, but I didn't use a whole lot. I did use one from the new dies, and this is coming for July, August, and September. If you don't have it, you might want to order it. It's awesome. It's $12. Item number 167277. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dies in these. And I just love this hello. So these are all standalone dies, right? They don't really have to go with the Paper Pumpkin kit, although you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to order them. So this is a strawberry, and that's going to go with the July kit. It's also an acorn. So they have the leaf, the top of the acorn. This is the acorn, or it can be a strawberry if you put the centers in. And then this is the top of the strawberry and a little flower, and hello in a circle. So awesome dies. 167277 if you haven't gotten them. They're $12. And like I said, you do have to be a subscriber to get them. I did use them a few times on these cards. Okay, so I never get rid of these dies. I just keep them, have all of them that have ever come out. So let's just start talking about the kit. Okay, so this was the kit, full of charm. The June kit had all the instructions. I did not make any of these cards the way they were designed. I made 16 different cards. And it tells you on the back the coordinating colors. So I always pull all those pads out. It does show you those dies that coordinate. So there you go. And then the stamp set is awesome. So it came with a spot and then the stamp set. And I did use this on some of the cards. Happy birthday, let's celebrate you, the stamp. So, okay. So there was a lot in here. Okay, let's talk about the cards. Here's the first card I made. And what's funny about this card is this piece here was just trash that I had used. And I just was like, saved it for some reason. And I thought, oh, I'll use it on this. So there you go. So I used that on the inside. So obviously these came with the kit. The gold sequins, the circles came with the kit. This is a stamp from the kit, basically from the kit. Paper from the kit. But the, let's see, but this piece is not from the kit, this old olive piece. Okay, then we have this card. So this card was, I cut up one of the card bases. I added some old olive and some retired ribbon. Happy birthday from a different stamp set. And use the dot. I just put it together. You can see it. Okay. So there we go. There's a birthday card. Here's another birthday card. So this came and it was supposed to be layered, something else layered on top. I'll show you how I use that. But I just cut it and I made it a little fun fold. I did use happy birthday from the kit. I used a piece of gold foil, an old piece of foil. I used a Timid Tiger card base. Okay, so I popped these 2 up. These were from the kit. I popped those up on dimensional. Here's another one. This is that, again, this piece. But this time I ran it through the sunflower embossing folder, the 3D embossing folder. I did add some color to it first. So you can see the difference. It looks a lot brighter, right? Because I added some yellow and all the different colors before I ran it through the embossing folder. I had that piece of, from the dies, I cut out a piece of gold foil, and this was from the kit, added the happy birthday. There you go. Here's a simple card. This is actually a piece of the trash. So all of these pieces punched out of this piece. So I just sponged it, and then I ran these 3 pieces through the die from the coordinating dies. I did have the old bow punch, so I ran some gold, just popped that up. Happy birthday card. Okay. This is, okay, what did I do here? Hang on a second, let me show you. So I took this piece, okay, and if you flip it over, there's a design on the back. And so I flipped mine over and I laid it on top of here and I sponged it. And this was the image that, okay, I'm sure you can see what I did. I sponged the color onto the stencil, and this is what came out after I sponged. And I was like, oh, I love that. So we made these at Paper Pumpkin Day. This is from the kit. And so I could sponge this any color I wanted, right? But you can see what I used. I used Berry Burst. I used Old Olive. I used Pretty Peacock, all those colors. And then I had these little butterflies left over, so I added those. And I made this a birthday card. Let's celebrate you from the kit, but happy birthdays from, that is from Arched Wishes. Happy birthday, and I stamped that in Berry Burst. Okay, and then this again was the piece that I sponged on. And then I made this those are all the birthday cards. Now I'm going to make some other cards here just to brighten your day. I love this round stamp, and this is from Sharing Loving Crafting. So you get these little Stampin' Up! You're supposed to put these on all your cards if you're going to, well, you don't have to if you're just going to send them to your friends, but this also is Berry Burst. So I just stamped that on the inside. Okay, this is one of my favorite cards, and I was struggling with this because I had this piece left, and I was like, what am I going to do with this? So I ran this through an embossing folder. You're going to ask me which one. Hang on a second. I probably have it. It's been around a while. It's Exposed Brick. So I ran this through Exposed Brick embossing folder, and then I sponged all around the edges with crumb cake and made it kind of vintage. And then on the inside, I had this piece that's from the kit. I just glued that in there and put big happy birthday. Oh, that's another birthday card. Okay. Thought I was done with birthday cards. But anyway, so I love, love, love this card. This is probably one of my favorites out of the whole bunch. This one's a good one too. This was from the kit. This is the hello from the new coordinating dies. And so I just took the piece of card base, and I sponged lighter pink in the center, and then I sponged Berry Burst on the edges, and then I flipped these over. So these originally were, here, I'll show you, this color, okay, but I flipped them over to the white side and I sponged them Old Olive. And then I added hello. I love this card. Put that on the inside. Okay, and then this one I love too. This one is a kind of another vintage card. So when I was telling you about what I did with this, okay, this is the original how it looked when it came in the kit. Okay, so what I did was I kept it as is. I just cut it and put the other half inside, and then put a little strip here. And then I stamped Trust in the Lord with All Your Heart from Courage and Faith that's retired. And I sponged crumb cake, and then I sponged Pretty Peacock around the edges, and then just, you can see what I did. I love this card. Okay. Here's another one. What a Blessing You Are to Me. That's from another retired stamp set, and I don't even have that stamp set. Somebody brought it to Paper Pumpkin Day. I love it, and I don't have it. But I did cut out a Timid Tiger from the dies, and then I again turned that over and sponged it in Night of Navy. Okay, so we made What a Beautiful Blessing You Are to Me. Love it. And use the sequins. I used up all the sequins from the kit. Woo, woo. Here's one I really like. This is from a retired stamp set, this bird. And I don't know, I looked at this and I was like, this card needs a bird. So I went to all my retired stamps and I found the bird I like. So here we go. Somehow God knew I needed a friend like you. I'd need a friend just like you. Ugh, that sentiment is awesome. So I put this on Timid Tiger card base. Okay, here's another one that I used the die from the kit as is, but I sponged this half of a card base, right? And then I mounted it on Berry Burst. I sponged different colors. I kind of laid it down to see where it would lay. So I sponged these colors on the card base. Does that make sense? And then I just glued that on and made it a thank you card and used a little butterfly. Oh, and there's the sequin I thought I lost. Okay, I got an extra sequin. Okay, couldn't find that sequin anywhere, so oh wait, it's from this card. Because I know I had 3. Well, I'm gonna have to glue that on. Okay, so grateful for that heart of yours. Oh, there's where it goes. I see it fell off right here. And I stamped from the stamp set that came with the kit, right? I stamped this, all of these stamps are from the kit in different colors. Then I cut this out of the pieces that came with the kit, cut the circle out and put that in there and then stamp that on the inside too. And what is that from? So grateful, if you need to know. Good question. I'm looking at my word sets. I'll have to think about this. I haven't had it that long, so I'll have to look it up for you. Hang on a second. I'll look right now. It is from Label Me Grateful. It's an online exclusive. Label Me Grateful. That's what that's from. And I stamped that in the spot that came with the kit. Okay. I have 2 more. This one again, that circle that I cut out, I used it. Haha, tricky. And this again is from Label Me Grateful. And then I cut out a bigger one, circle, in gold. And so, poof. And I mounted that on Mossy Meadow. And then the last one is a sympathy card. And this was my last card I made. I had some product left. So I had these 3 pieces. I flipped them over, colored them the 3 colors to coordinate with this. Stamped with sympathy from, that is from, trying to think. Gosh, my brain. And I just made this card, so I should know. Oh, I love this little sentiment. Somebody knows, somebody cares. Your name is whispered in someone's prayers. And this is from Peaceful Pier. That sentiment. I know it's tiny, but look at it. Ooh, that sentiment. So there you go. Now I have 8 envelopes left, which is cool. I have all 8. Well, there was 9, and I have 8 left. Okay, so I have 8 envelopes to go with these. Oh, here they are. So I have the 8 envelopes. I need 8 more because I'll just use white. And here's the product I've left. I have this. I stamped on it, but I never used it. I have this. And I have this. That's it. Those are all the pieces that I have left. Wow, that's awesome. And I do have some of these. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you on Tuesday with another video. Just get your paper pumpkin kit out. This kit is amazing. So hopefully you enjoy it as much as I do. I never get rid of my stamps. I keep them. I label them. Keep them in a box with all my other ones. So there you go. Bye. Have a great rest of your weekend.